Leshrac with Diabolic Edict, and the Metamorphosis on Terrorblade will make short work of any of these objectives.
That it will. Your first and final warning in your dream. Don't ever talk to Armel like that again. Armel not very happy today. We'll see what they can get done here. So Arbed going to be up against Armel in that mid lane. So the Puck versus the Void Spirit matchup should be fairly even. It's hard to know who will come out ahead in this 1v1 in the mid lane. Could be quite explosive though. You could definitely imagine either hero kind of dying to the other, especially if we do see any kind of courier now into the Bloodright and the Split Earth. He does not get large creep either. Gabby just lost everything up that top lane.
He cops a ton of damage as well, and because he lost his courier, he doesn't have any regen. Gonna have to play with a Soul Rip, Gabby.
As much pressure as he would like up against his TB. Trying to get the bashes in, but of course in your dream with that extremely high base armor is not going to be that affected by these bashes from KP. Not quite yet anyway, but so KP is starting to pile them on. Top lane, they are going to have a go at Febby and Gabby with the double stun out from Polison. Ice drops the Bloodright as well, and TNC will avoid that. This top lane will not have any kills going. However, bot lane is where it happens. Try for it. Instead, he is going to go for the siege creep and does manage to get that. Arbed trying to be very aggressive with that double damage room, but while that's happening, Gabby ends up dropping very low on the Spectre. Ice again getting very aggressive with these Bloodrights. Couldn't quite finish off the kill.
You're seeing a lot of tiptoeing around across each lane. I think the emphasis now for Team Dog is to try to maximize the early levels in Edict they do have on their Lush to try to get a push going.
As Gabby did just TP straight off the bat. Febby will take over this top lane instead, but now he's just going to be ruptured up immediately by Ice. He's trying to run and buy some time, and it looks like he might actually get away with this. Does Soul Rip up, Febby, still sitting around, but now the Haunt does come in from Gabby to try and help out. Ice getting very, very low, and might just drop here to Gabby, and does. He'll leave a Bloodright behind. Polison, he got greedy trying to go in for that kill, and will also die along with his Bloodseeker. See that. TNC have now grouped up as 4 up at that top lane. And they want to start making these rotations out, just giving Gabby the space and time to be able to get his own farm up. So they'll move into the Radiant Triangle, where In Your Dream and Arfu are hanging out, and of course they just want In Your Dream. They just smoked away, but now they're going to come back in. Dreamcore going to miss completely from Armel, and now Arbed jumps in on the Puck. We'll get one moving back into the backlines after KB, who's been ruptured up. He will walk away a little bit, but he is pretty screwed here. In fact, maybe not. He's on the river now. Dodges out the Aether Remnant, but they have the split as they do really rely on that lockdown. Bebby gonna get spotted out. Ice will be there with the follow-up Bloodright, and Bebby should eventually die, and will. Absolutely, they're gonna move in now. KP still doesn't have that blink initiation, but it won't matter too much. They go into Arfu, just trying to run away from this situation for now as Ice gets rid of Atos, and Arbed jumps in with a big Resonant Pulse. They go after the Slider. That'll be KP going down. Flesh Golem will be eventually popped as Febby. Gets a very nice decay off. But they are just focusing down that Tombstone, and afterwards they could go after the Undying. TNC looks like they aren't too interested in Olsen. Try to go onto Armel, but he is completely on his own. Gabby going to be there to back Armel up with this Dream Core being thrown out. KB even coming in. Now Ice and Arbed going to show up to try and go after KB, but he has his whole team behind him. So they aren't really going to be able to initiate, or maybe Arfu seems to believe they can. Bloodright again, does go on to 2. KB just going to frontline onto In Your Dream, but they don't really have the damage. Now Arbed going to just jump in and take down the Slider. Back into the backlines where we'll go after Gabby, but Gabby will haunt back in onto In Your Dream. Does get the kill on the Terrorblade as he haunts around, not allowing him to find the right one, and now Ice forced to just back. Dream Coil, Arbed going to be caught out with the Silencer as well. He cannot dissimulate, but he gets the Yules off in time. Dissimulate, not going to be there. They have the arrow, but now he will get it, and will actually be able to Astral Step away. They do not get the kill they wanted. Arbed, oh no they did. Armel did find him TPing in the back lines. Very nice play there from Armel. Now the horn comes in. Who are they going for, however? Looks like it'll be Arfu they target. He is the easiest one to go for, and they do manage to pick him up. The dagger forward. They want Paulison. Rupture there on Gabby, trying to slow him down, but Armel will find Paulison on the left track. And TNC, they find 3 big pickoffs, and that'll be enough. They will get out.
Yeah, it's a nice big win for them. Again, playing around quite well, knowing that Metamorphosis was more than likely down after that push. So they make use of that downtime on Terrorblade. They go straight into the Roche. This is not going to last too long when you have a Slaughter that can help you amp up the damage. So first Aegis of the game going towards TNC, but they're not going to get it for free.
Well, they kind of are. Looks like the side of Team Dog don't make it in time. They do give up the Tombstone, but that's going to be it. Or maybe they give up Gabby. Gabby's been left behind here. Bloodright's going to come out with the Fire Blast, and Gabby, he's still surviving. The Dream Coil will be there to just hold them back. Gabby's going to be alright. He does get away with the Aegis intact. Arfu going to be targeted, but KB's the one to go down, and so does Febby. Ice still chasing. Ends up dying up at the top lane. It's like Abed once again does end up catching out the Mirana. And he's 30 gold away from the Axe now. Should be able to just pick it up very, very easily anytime. He will go for it now. It's Gabby. Mid lane is farming up. Should be fairly fine unless the Bloodright does come in and Arfu gets a Fire Blast off. Aether Remnant there with the Dissimulate, but Abed not going to stick around to finish off the kill. Gabby still has the Aegis and is still a bit of a tanky boy. Keep going. Armel, Dream Coil is going to be out now with the Haunt coming in from Gabby, and looks like they are going to be able to finish off Arfu. With that, Ice also goes down. Gabby moving for more. Arbet trying to run. Should be okay. A nice setup there from Armel on the puck. Does help ensure they get a couple of kills for their trouble. In fact, they're going for more now. Tims love to go after Paulison, gets the Yules off, but is going to die for his trouble. And now even Armel getting very, very low. Gabby's going to try and fight this one out. Onto Paulison. Armel could not get himself out. In Your Dream finishes off the kill. Now looking to fight back up against KP and Gabby. He's just got to clean up here for In Your Dream, and In Your Dream will get an ultra kill. Gabby will respawn up. He'll be the Rampage if they can kill him, but it looks like Gabby might be a little bit too tanky. They're still going to give this a shot. Gabby getting low now. He's going to try and fight back up against In Your Dream, but a Rampage will be there for In Your Dream. He does manage to get it on the Terrorblade. And what a shame for TNC. They got 2 easy kills. They wanted to go up the high ground and get more, and unfortunately they just paid for it.
They didn't see the Ags here. The lead In Your Dream has this massive 4K above our spec, has the Satanic up, and they smoke up.
That they do. Meta up in 2 seconds. Arbed has made the jump in onto Armel with the silencer run of Atos. Armel going to get blown up, but the rest of TNC have jumped in. They'll go after Arfu. KP trying to get away. He will die to In Your Dream, and they will just keep moving forward. Gabby forced to back off. The one saving grace is that Tombstone will make it so they can't chase any further. Or maybe they can. Arbet, he's going in by himself. He's been used up, however, and the arrow will land from Tims. Now they can just go high ground, though. No buybacks on either of those cores that did go down.
Oh, look at the melt.
Yeah.
They have the Blood Rage along with the Blood Lost. So, In Your Dream hits like a machine gun.
Don't forget the Diabolic Edict on top, John. It's a lot of tower damage, and oh boy, Febby is going to die. Paulison with the Aghanim Scepter upgrade. He's going to be able to take him out. Now that top rack's going to go down as well. In Your Dream just taking care of it, and well, they're not going to be able to find the final lane of racks, but they've got a huge net worth lead, and 2 racks is up. They are very close to taking out this game number 1.
Yeah. And this is Team Dog.
He's going to blink in, but he cops the stun out. Now Armel could not get the Dream Call off in time. He will now, but it looks like maybe they can take this team fight. Arfu, he'll be the first one to die. Gabby in the back, fighting. Paulison going to go down onto In Your Dream, or rather Ice, he will also die. It's looking great for TNC so far. Arbet Going back in. Oh, he found the Spectre. Gabby. Got a bit too low there. In your dream, going to be happy with that pick off. They still do get quite a few buybacks out, so it's not all bad for TNC. But that's Gabby without a buyback.
Yeah, that is still really big for Team Dog. Gonna give them the Aegis and the cheese as well. So they're gonna have a lot of tools here to keep themselves alive. Metamorphosis is not going to last too long, so I don't think they can really make their way onto anything. The only outer tower left is that bot here too, a bit too far out. But they're going to be able to stall out long enough and maybe find one.
Well, Mel might pay for this stalling tactic. We'll be able to blink away, has another orb, will actually pop an MKB on the Spectre, just to be able to go through the butterfly of In Your Dream. Of course, it is going to be important. You start to kind of wonder if whether he's just better off with the Divine, but they do jump in. Bot lane, Polison going to be targeted first and does drop onto Arfu. They will get another. Gabby, looking for more. Does spot out Ice. Ice, going to try and run away, but KP is going to be there with the stun still. In Your Dream now pops the mana. Gabby getting very, very low. They got Ice, but they've lost their Spectre again. He can buy it back. Abed, meanwhile, in a spot of danger, but there goes Febby. The damage In Your Dream is dealing is just way too high. Armel is going to be alright for now, but Abed is slowly but surely chasing him down. Armel will just go for the TP play out and will make it. So, not a bad team fight per se, but you did still lose the Spectre.
Yeah, overall, you win by numbers, you lose by priority of targets. Like, losing your Spectre just, again, slows down Gabby so much more. You are keeping Armel alive, and he does have the full Dagon 5, so you can do some damage, but the scaling on magic damage puck isn't as great as physical puck, and one has to wonder whether or not that's something Armel has to consider now as the tier 3s are being sieged. This is In Your Dream alone, but he has Aegis.
He does. It's very, very hard to defend this if you are TNC. Gabby, of course, does not want to commit the buyback, but he might have to as Arbed has jumped in once again onto Armel. Silences him up. They won't have enough to finish him off. There's your buyback, Gabby. He just has to commit it. Even though he was 10 seconds away, they do kill off Arbed on the Void Spirit. Now onto In Your Dream. He needs to try and run, but he cannot. He's a very, very slow Terrorblade as KP goes into the backlines onto Polison. Armel is there to clean him up. In Your Dream still trying to survive. Gets a Sunder off onto Gabby. Gabby will back off for now. In Your Dream, just waiting for the right moment, does go back in after Febby kills off the Undying. They just don't want to get close to this Terrorblade. Even without the meta, he deals a lot of damage out. Instead, they'll go after Arfu. Arfu will eventually die. In Your Dream, trying for the TB. Tims does get the Yules off just in the nick of time. Now with the arrow out, they can deal with In Your Dream as he's by himself. The Sorry dishing out so much damage. In Your Dream with the Satanic surviving, gets KP down. He will not die. Still holding onto that Aegis. TNC, they look unsure about this. Do we stick around? Do we back off? Looks like they are going to opt to back out of there. Ice, looking to go back in. Rod of Atos is going to be there on Febby. They want the dieback. And Febby, he cannot sustain the damage up from In Your Dream. It'll be a dieback on the Undying.
They lost their tier 4s. There were 4 siege creeps going on the towers.
Jeez.
And they're naked. They're Ancient is naked.
Yeah, well, In Your Dream, he has a meta backup as well. They will go back for the bot Rax. He gets it, and now I guarantee In Your Dream's thinking about that Ancient. He's going for it. He doesn't feel like he can be stopped. Gabby gonna haunt in, back to the back. Polison gonna die again. Gabby going for another now. Onto Ice. The Bloodseeker will also go down. But In Your Dream is still the big problem. Gabby will not die quite yet. He'll survive on 200 HP, but how do you stop him from going after the Ancient? He's just hitting their buildings, and they can't actually do anything about it. Tims will leap away, but Armel will not be so lucky. In Your Dream, looks like he will be able to finish it off, and the GG has been called. A very good...